Yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmaker. All right, so it's me solo today, but I seen some stuff that I actually wanted to go over that I screenshot. And if y'all got any questions, y'all already know, leave a comment down below in the comment section. Um, yeah, man, I've seen this stuff and I wanted to talk, but before I go ahead and get started, man, they got some good games coming up for the Halloween madness thrown by EYSN in the zoner, man. EYSN in the zoner. Man, they got West Orlando Jags 11U versus MCU. Then they got Welcome Down Game versus MCEA. Then they got Terrence City Ducks playing versus Beast End, which should be a really good game. You know what I'm saying? They had some other games as well, but once they actually finalize that, I'll bring it back. But they got some good stuff coming up, man. I definitely be there on Saturday. But let me see. Sydney, what's up? Jake, what's up? He says, what it do, Ken? Pops Brown in the building. Hey, what's good, coach? I appreciate you being here. So, yeah, man, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the rankings, and then I don't think a lot of people, Aza, what's up? I don't think a lot of people is feeling the fact that, you know, uh teams like Brick City and Delray is actually in the rankings. They feel like that team should be considered 11U. And I'm gonna give my perspective. I'm gonna just let y'all know what I think personally, because I think people are making more of a big deal than what it really is. And to be honest, bro, like somebody made a good point. YNC, I believe, may have always been older than the AYF, but they had to play. I mean, it's only a month older, but look, man, it's 3 months, a month. I don't think it's a big difference. So he says, my guy Butch, he says, 56 ace in here. But yeah, I don't think it make much of a difference. I think people are making more of a big deal than what it actually is. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if this was a case to where the team wasn't as good as they are, then I don't think a lot of people will be making that big of a deal. But since these two teams are more of the skill teams, people are nervous. That's what you really experiencing right now. This is the first one that I've seen. There is no reason kids that's 11 before the season should be playing 10U and under. I don't care what y'all say. And, just me putting my little 2 cents in, I don't think it's much of a difference because the season starts in July. So therefore, that's what, July. So that's 2 months. They're 2 months off. Is 2 months that big of a deal when it comes to kids? I don't think it's that big of a deal. And that's just my personal opinion. So, a lot of people are going to be upset about that. But at the end of the day, like if y'all playing teams that are uh players that are pretty much just barely meeting the deadline, I mean, they still older kids. So I don't see the difference. A lot of people they making a big deal out of this, but I don't see one. He says, it's it says, I watch football a lot. I see, nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry. But I'm gonna read that. Go ahead. I'm gonna read it. I watch football a lot. I see all pro players miss tackles, drop, and make plenty of mistakes. I also see future high first round draft pick do the same thing in the collegiate level, but yet at the youth level, some kids get pulled out every little mistake. So most of the mistakes are made because they haven't been coached up. Also, one thing, how many of you do drills with your DBs? Most can't seem to find the football when the ball's in the air. Can't blame them. So basically, what they're saying in this, man, is a lot of individuals that's blaming kids and taking them out for things that they haven't taught them. And I can say this year, I think that, you know, it should be more coaching that happened because there was less games that played. So if the games wasn't played, in order to keep the players fine tuned, they had to have practice. So I can see the kids, or I should see the kids being more developed this season than I have any other season because they have no excuse because the games wasn't played. So a lot of these kids should be skilled, should know how to do reads, should know how to do a ton of things because they are in practice getting that experience. Now, if they haven't learned after practicing so much, then we got to say it's the coaching, it's the teaching, it's the fact that you're not resonating with the players. And if that's the case, you need to make sure that you take your kid somewhere else to where they can learn. That's the thing. Everybody's teaching method ain't working for the, for every kid. So you got to figure out some of the ways that they learn the plays and stuff like that. But it says, I honestly believe if a coaching staff was really coaching like that, then some of these kids who rolled the bench earlier in the season should be contributing by now. All of the practices, no signs of encouragement. I get it. Parents didn't take their kids to the off-season workouts, and the kids just didn't get it. Seems easier to blame the parents more than yourself. So, man, I've been seeing a lot of people, man, getting on these coaches, and it's justified. That's all I want to say. Some of this stuff, man, is really justified because I think the coaches have taken a route of wins first, development second, and whatever happens after that, they really don't care. Most of these coaches are not preparing kids for the next level. They just trying to prepare for the next victory. Now, if you're a good coach, you will understand if you coach your kids up, that will by default make them much better. But I think that a lot of people are moving backwards instead of just sticking with the basics, which is first letting the kids have fun, practicing and teaching them the game of football. If they turn out to be coaches, I think that dang man, it's gonna be a lot of teams gonna be in a world of trouble because everybody is going for it on fourth downs. Nobody plays the field position. Not many coaches is developing the kids, taking the one-on-one time to make sure that they know how to do the basic things right to make sure that they become successful, and then they're not preparing them for the next level. So a lot of these kids will be left behind due to the fact that you got new coaches who have their own goals, which is to go to the natty, right? But then the kids didn't learn nothing at the end of the season. So, hey, what's up, Lo? He says, I thought you was going to Stonecrest versus Supreme game. Did the game happen? Because I was supposed to go. Did it happen? I didn't get no information. I was supposed to go, and if so, who won the game and what was the score? Hey, Lo, what's up, man? I think I ended up missing you yesterday, man. I was just getting off. I saw you get on though. But who did the Stonecrest Spartans play? I was supposed to be there, but to be honest, man, it's been so many games not being played. Like I just took it with a grain of salt. I didn't know if the game was gonna be played, but my bad, because I expected to be there. He says, those are probably the coaches ducking games. Exactly, man. Like they get a couple of wins and then they just try to sit back. But those are the coaches that I think, and that's why I was gonna do a segment. I had Coach Joan on here. He's a well-oiled machine, meaning that he's very knowledgeable about the game football. he was going to take the time to, ask the coaches to come on here and ask them what the reads were. See if they know about football. Because I think a lot of coaches really don't even know the game, bro. They just want to play it. Hey, what's up, PA Trenches? A lot of coaches just want to play the game. They want that recognition. They see the coach Marks and the coach Cows and all them, and then they want to be able to fulfill those shoes. But the thing is, they keep missing that they actually became battle tested after playing so many games, wins and losses. He says, hold on, who played ABA? Stonecrest played ABA? He says they had played ABA last week. Are we talking about Stonecrest or are we talking about Supreme? You got to catch me up, man, because I ain't seen it. Because I didn't see that game. I would have definitely went. I didn't have no game that I was going to, so I would have went there. But it's so much talking, bro, that I really didn't believe neither party. Just to be honest, I'm gonna be flat out honest with y'all. I didn't think either party deserved it. But okay, Stone. He said they had played ABA last. So Stonecrest beat ABA, correct? And did Stonecrest beat Supreme? So after that, the answer to that, then I pretty much know what it is. You feel me? Hey, but if y'all got some topics, bro, I definitely got the phone line. He says, want me to send y'all the limited, bro. What the hey man, they got some weird people in this world, bro. I swear to God, they do. They really do. Well, hold on, man. Let me see. All right, so this is another one that I screenshot. It says, "This generation on a wave I can't ride. Y'all mindset and morals, priorities is just off." Man, I got a lot of screenshots. He said, "Who want a shot at welcome down game October 27th? 26 and 27, since Westside Wildcats and MCU backed out right at the last minute." So I brought that back up because I want to see if the welcome down game actually got a replacement to play the game, because I don't want them to get cold. They need to make sure they continue to stay, sharp, so they can get better, because that if they stop playing the game, which is always happening sometimes, well, a lot of times happening towards the end of the season, where teams, they kind of back out the game because they don't want to take that last loss. He said, who you got, Bounty Boys versus the Ducks? And what's your prediction on Beast End versus Terrence City? So I got the Bounty Boys beating the OG Ducks. Is more along the Bounty Boys territory. So I think that the Bounty Boys would beat the OG Ducks. And then I'll say about a touchdown or two. And then far as Beast End, I think Terrence City will actually take that game. But here is my keys. If Beast End wants to win, or if they want to win, I can assure you they mix-up game will be impeccable, because they can run the ball and they can pass it. So if they passing game, if they do well in a passing game, Beast End will win the game. But if Terrence City have success on the defensive end, I believe they already going to take care of the offensive end. I think that Terrence City overall will be the victor of that game. And I can see it being, a close game, maybe by an extra point, maybe by a touchdown or two. But like, other than that, I can't see Terrence City just blowing Beast End out, unless Beast End have digressed from the last time I saw them. If they are playing the way that I believe that they can play, it should be a really good game. Terrence City, they played a couple of good games. I don't know if they strength of schedule is that good, but I know that they are good. I know number 3 is a dog. They got the right pieces, and it's just to remain to be seen. If they take them for granted, you would know, you would know. Terrence City should be the victors of this game, and I don't think that it will punish Beast End because they taking the game and they playing versus a ranked team. He says hey, I can see it. Brandon Jones says Oakland Dynamites are number 2 on seal. I can see it. Y'all see, a lot of y'all don't know, man. A lot of y'all don't know, man. Dynamites is a really good team. Now, I do still need them to play a couple of more tough games, but they really got some really good players, man. And they've been playing on the same team together for I believe since 6U. So now they're 11U. So that's about 5 years. They got the core players. So I'll say that that's a good look at the fact that the seal got them at the number 2. He see what I see. And despite that, everybody else is not traveling. A lot of people want to look at the Oakland Dynamites and say, oh, well, they're not playing anybody. They're not playing anybody. Who is playing somebody? It took this long for Terrence City. I know they just played versus AME, but it took them this long to play versus another top tier type of team. Ain't nobody really playing nobody. And then not many people are willing to travel to California. And then the thing about it is, I thought everybody at one point wanted to go to California. So why now nobody wants to go to California? You know what I'm saying? People talk about how expensive it is. Just imagine living there and then people telling you to come travel to where they at, but there's no accommodations. It ain't gonna make sense. We gotta make it make sense. He says, you on the Oakland Dynamites. Nah, it ain't that, man. Just like Speed Demon. I think Speed Demon is a good team. Now, do I think they're gonna beat So Icy? I don't think they're gonna beat So Icy, but I do believe that it will be a challenging game. So that's all I'm saying. But with the Oakland Dynamites, I really believe that they have a shot at winning it. You feel what I'm saying? So other than the fact of saying it, I would like for them to have an opportunity to prove it. So they're looking to try to raise the money so they can play in the AYF. Hopefully they make it to the championship. But I know if they lose at all, I know people ain't gonna let me live. So I'm rooting for them, man. I definitely think they can do it. That's just me. See, a lot of people don't want to get credit. And that's why I say, man, even like with Fnatic don't be wanting to give nobody no credit for anything. And I just tell them, like, bro, first of all, you got to give credit, you know what I'm saying, when somebody is good. Now, when they battle tested, then you go ahead and make your assessment. But y'all just taking them off he says, could they beat MGR? To be honest, could they beat MGR? I will be very honest with y'all. I think they can beat MGR. The only thing is they got that dog. They got that dog. They got that dog, bruh. I don't know, man. They got Lil Rod. The only team that I felt that really matches up well with them is, actually the only 2 teams I feel that matches up well with them. Three. I'll take 3. DEA, I'll take is DEA, Terrence City. Although I think it's a strong possibility that they'll beat Terrence City, but then there's a possibility that Terrence City can beat them again because they can get to the backfield. And that's what they was doing the whole duration of the game. I don't know if they can stop that line. So therefore, they able to get back there before Lil Rod get the running. So that's where they became successful at. Then so we got DEA, then we got Terrence City, and y'all know them dogs of a dog. Uh Georgia Eagles. So y'all already know the Georgia Eagles, they're gonna do their thing. But like Rail said, they haven't been playing their best. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I just know that they passing game, that they can pass the ball on the flock. So that's the difference. You feel what I'm saying? That front line, they can hold their own, but can they stop? Can they stop the passing game? That's the remain to be seen when you got the number one 11U quarterback, back there. So he said that speed demon and So Icy game gonna be a good one. He said, I'll be there to see that. Now, hey man, I'm not gonna be there. I think that one is on Saturday. I will be there when they play versus DMVU. So that's gonna be another game, man. And shout out to So Icy. So Icy is one of the few teams, man, that ran to the smoke. Nobody, not even Dallas Elite, as they tried to say, nobody can say that they ran from nobody or that they pulled out of any games. They ran to the smoke. While teams trying to sit on rankings, thinking that that they did something. And it's like, okay, yeah, I understand that you want to go battle, but hey, did you earn it? I guess if they still select you, you earned it. But that ain't how I look at it. I told y'all on the nights of battle, YNC, the other thing that I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be reading resumes. I'm gonna see, okay, this team, they only play versus, okay, this one, they was at number 2. All right, that one, but then they ain't play nobody else. They just basically stuck to these 2 wins. Nah, bro, we not giving that credit. Not doing that. But like, yeah, So Icy the only team. I mean, one of a few teams that ran to everybody. So Icy, Georgia Eagles, who else? Oh, Bessemer. They ran to the smoke. Bessemer did, right? Billionaire Boys. Bessemer, I want to say 10U, they did. Then you got what's the other team? AME, they ran to the smoke, right? Even though they lost all their games, but they still ran to the smoke. They tried to play all these teams. So that's why MCU, I'm gonna have to question what y'all say, man, because y'all say that Coach James ducked, and that just ain't been his character because he's been playing team after team after team. Now he been losing and losing and losing, but it's still he actually played those games, and on top of that, he still wanted to play the Georgia Eagles. So that he don't come off to me as a person that will back out of any game. That's just my personal opinion. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. But he says, who the top 5 in 11? The top 5 in 11U. Top 5. Top 5. Man, let me see. Top 5. Man, I gotta look, bro. I say we know the Eagles. Number 2. Oh man. Dang, I gotta look at these teams. Cause I know Terrence City is in like number 2 or 3. Then we got I can't even name it right now because I can't even get the teams in my head. I can't even name it right now. That's tough. But I could tell you this: Twin City ain't in there, and y'all need to be scared of Twin City. That's the one thing that I need to say. Y'all need to be scared of Twin City. If Twin City can get their offense clicking, everybody's still in trouble, maybe except for the Georgia Eagles. But if they can like dial it up, and I just want to say that the OC has been, suspect at best with the play calling. I can't even agree with a lot of stuff, like, far as not even playing the field position, not punting, right? Going for some crazy plays, passing the ball when you should be actually running it. Like, so it depends with that as well. Personnel is everything in football. If you don't have the right personnel, you don't really have a chance at winning unless y'all got that much talent. And that's the thing that I don't think that people understand. If you ain't got that much talent, then basically, you feel what I'm saying? Like that's gonna only carry you so far. He says, Ken, you got to get there early Sunday morning Supreme. Yeah. We supposed to be there early. Cause I think it's only like a 4-hour drive or something like that. Hey, Detrice, what's up? He says, DMVU are number 3 on the seals. That's cool. DMVU is number 3. Well, that's AYF. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that because Oakland Dynamites is also going AYF. So I can see that being the case. But if we talking about in the nation, no. Dynamite in the nation, number 2, no. But they for sure number top 18. He said, hey Ken, you gonna be there in time to watch Supreme 7U DMV NWO. Yes, sir. We should definitely be there on time. Hey, Sonora, what's up? He says the Eagles, Tarrant City, okay, DEA, Miami Garden Raven. Then we got MCU. I don't know about D. Nah, I'm not gonna put DEA over MGR. So DEA will be like 4. They would be like top 4, top 5, or something like that. But I'm not gonna put them at the number 3. And then I still gotta look to make sure that all the teams that I'm even thinking about is in there, because that might not even be my list. But I can say the Eagles, we know for sure we got that right. Terrence City, yeah, we can have that. We can have Terrence City. Even though I want to say the Eagles blew the doors off of them. And then DEA, right? I'm gonna put them behind MGR, Miami Garden Ravens. And the cold part is I really think that DEA can possibly beat them. DEA basically shot themselves in the foot when they played versus the Miami Gardens Raven in the Southern Hospitality. And that was young. That was earlier in the season. So I'm not going to, put too much into that. But right now, we got to go off the victor. So Miami Gardens Ravens have had some really good wins, you know what I'm saying, especially versus Twin Cities. So I'm going to put Miami Garden Ravens ahead of DEA and possibly put DEA. Yep. Matter of fact, yep. I'll do it like that. And then I'm thinking about MCU. I'm thinking about them. So yeah, man, that's cool, for now until I really look at it. He says, ask you again on the morning show. Okay, yeah, bet. He says, tell Twin City Smyrna want some smoke. Hey man, we gotta talk to coach. They definitely got to make sure that they plan the games, man, that's necessary, because I know a lot of people was very upset at the fact that Twin City lost so many games, but they still in the rankings of the top 10. And I don't think a lot of people agree with that. But they came out late in the season, but still, you got to win, most of those games, especially losing to Wahoma, losing to Bessemer, losing to what other team they lost to? I know they beat Bessemer, so that's a really good win. But I think that they got a couple of maybe like 3 or 4 losses, and they all to top teams. But I think, in my personal opinion, is that if you're punishing people for losing, then Twin City gotta be put out of the top 10. That's just me, But I'm not mad that they in the top 6. I'm not mad that they were 6 at all. But because they are playing some of the best teams. But I will say this: if they're going to do that for Twin City, then they got to do that for everybody. And that's the only thing that I would say when we talking about fairness. He says, I don't think MGR could 40 ball OG like DEA just did. Nah, I mean, the thing about it, man, Brandon, is that we already know, man, styles make games, right? Like in boxing, styles make fights. The whole thing is that, yes, DEA, man, they kind of a big team, right? I don't think that OG went in there with the expectations of them being able to perform the way that they did. So that I put that on the OG. But when you looking at the talent, you know, like OG Ducks, they got a lot of talent on that team. So I know they can compete. They play versus Havoc, and Havoc referee was wreaking havoc, in that game, with all the penalties. But I still think, that OG does well. I think they do well. It doesn't matter because even though they 40 balled them, it don't mean that they will have the same success versus, what I'm saying, versus the MGR. So, but he say, everybody like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, sir. Definitely do that. Says the Eagles playing Hateville. The Eagles playing Hateville this Sunday. Man, to be honest, that's just a stay busy game. And that's when I respect when you're not playing versus the top tier team. And the Eagles actually earned that. The Eagles earned the opportunity to play a couple of, fine-tuned, stay busy type games to just stay sharp, right? But I wouldn't end the season like that. I played one more tough game before, Y and C. And the reason why is because like you just need to, keep yourself in the know of how to grind it out to stay to be able to win those type of tough games, them gritty type of games, right? Because when you don't play teams for a while, you might be in a dog fight, and then that team may be the one that pull it out because they were the ones that's playing the top games, towards the end of the season. So I don't want them to play too many more easy games. That's just me personally. But I'm not mad at it. At the Eagles playing Hateville. I'm not mad at it. But I'm surprised, especially if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be like the Halloween type of week. So I am surprised. I'm definitely surprised by that. Damn, that 30 minutes was quick. He says, Darren says, teams have playoffs in state tournament games before YNC. Hey man, is it true that B2C is electing to not have the state championship this year? If so, man, that's kind of a blow. That's actually defining this season in general. If B2C not having the state championship, as that basically put a stamp on the way that the season has been going, because that's the one time where you expect and you'll see everybody playing. He says, you see any upsets this weekend? If so, which game? He says, what's your surprise game this weekend? Whew, let me see. Let me see. I think my surprise game that's happening right now is West Orlando Jag and MCU. But out of that game, to be honest, I haven't seen I've seen West Orlando Jags, but I haven't seen much of the West Orlando Jags. And MCU have been playing, lights out. But West Orlando Jags, man, they always have a really good offense. And if I gotta go with who wins that game, man, damn, that's a tough one, bro. That's the one. I'm gonna go with MCU on this one. I think MCU, they got the goods this year. Even though I think West Orlando Jags, I don't know, man. I don't know. West Orlando Jags, I think I'm gonna go with West Orlando. That's tough, man. But that you just put me on the spot, man. I wasn't even trying to do that prediction. But it might be West Orlando Jag that pulled that one off versus MCU. Cause West Orlando ain't really traveling unless they feel like they got a for sure victory, man. So he says B2C didn't, what do you say, did it a full slate of games last year because Warzone did a state championship in Georgia, and this year EYSN already posted a state tournament. So they having a state tournament, EYSN having a state tournament. So they're gonna play through them. So is Warzone also having a state tournament? And if so, which one are y'all planning on going to? Which one? Shout out to Pikeville Wildcats. Got my guy Kylan in here. So yeah, man, talk to me, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and end the stream. But next week, bro, we got some fun for y'all, man. We got some brackets and stuff. Let me see what else they got. Did I do that one? I did that one. Says, all right, so this is one that I seen, right? I also seen. It says YNC love to pick on AYF teams, but not to see one in up the cutoff date. It ain't respected. All he did was add every league, and did AYF say the same? YNC did it to them. Give me feedback. Now stirring the pot. So as I talked about this just a little bit, right? Brandon, he had made a statement saying you comparing something with a different cutoff date, with different cutoff dates with something that don't respect cutoff dates. He says, can you explain? And then Tyler says all of this would get respected if y'all drop the older kids. Until then, just enjoy the group. Now, hey, like I say, I don't think 3 months is that much of a difference. I don't, especially when teams are trying to play older teams. So even though that is the cutoff date, or they don't have a cutoff date, I still think Voodoo wins. I think Voodoo beats both of these teams, and that's just my personal opinion. Voodoo wins. So, to me, it ain't much of nothing, man. It ain't much of nothing. So, but yeah, man, I definitely I'm gonna cut this one short. But I wanted to come on and chill with y'all, for a minute. But hey, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure I hit the subscribe button. Y'all already know after the next week it's gonna be lit. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We might come back to do like the reaction from Saturday. We supposed to be doing so, but sometimes when you plan, things don't go as planned. So if we can help it, we will see y'all Saturday. If not, we're gonna see y'all Monday. But hey, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all be blessed. Love the support that y'all give just by being here. The just next thing I need, man, is just hit the like button and subscribe. But let me go ahead and read this last one. He says they should have a YNC champ versus AYF champ tournament. Hey man, who knows? Who knows? That'll be dope though.